Alrighty, and we're back. Episode 10.
I get to ask questions to Kenny this time.
Yes, you do.
I have notes.
Alrighty.
I have the tea.
What is the topics we're touching on today?
Well, I think one fun topic that we could talk about is kind of why we got into destination weddings and our love for travel. And maybe talk about our honeymoon because it was pretty epic.
Yeah.
So we'll start there.
Okay.
Okay, ready, go.
Okay. You want to start it out?
Sure. We got into destination weddings. Honestly, I feel like last year was our big year, like our first big year of destination. We shot in Italy twice and got to travel a little bit in Europe. And then we shot in North Carolina.
Yes.
Where else?
And last year or just in general?
Well, I guess in general. Colorado.
California, New York, Florida.
Wow, we've been a
shot
lot
in
of
Texas,
places. Mexico.
Chicago,
Mexico.
Europe, Mexico.
Yeah. Okay. Well, anyway.
Yeah, we've been plenty of places.
We love traveling. I feel like we always talk about how it's like our love language. So kind of it just really fills our cup, like being able to do work and play. I feel like every time we do travel somewhere, we try to make like one day of just ourselves to like recoup and to scout places and to just like take some time because we love to travel. So, but I think our biggest thing is just it like helps us stay creative. Kind of shooting at different new places, new venues, a lot of outdoor spaces. Like it's just so fun just to travel and see the world. But I also feel like it strengthens our marriage a lot.
How? I'm not saying it doesn't. I just want to hear what you're going to say.
Just travel in general. Like when you travel with someone, like I feel like you really get to know them and get to know their personalities.
Yeah, you do.
Which we started traveling together like year one of our relationship.
What did we do at year one?
I knew you were going to say that.
No, you alley-ooped me into that question.
I did.
What did we do right at our first year?
You were the absolute best.
Tell the audience what I did.
Oh my gosh. On our very first anniversary, year one of dating, we were still in college. So it's kind of crazy thinking about it now because we had no money. But you planned a surprise trip for us for our anniversary. Yeah. And I thought for sure we were going skydiving.
That's what I told you.
No,
I did. Because I was trying to figure out how to get
my name and
your name and date of birth. Because I wanted just to make sure before I bought this plane ticket that it was correct. So I was like, we're going skydiving. But I mean,
I'm so gullible. You could have been like,
November.
We're going to space. And I'd be like, cool. When?
Yeah. It was like end of November.
Yeah.
Or early November. And I'm like, we're going skydiving. You're like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Like, why would we? Whatever. So anyway, you planned a trip and it was all a surprise. It was like right around Thanksgiving. So sweet. And we went to Colorado. I really wanted to go to an NBA game. So we went to a Denver Nuggets game, stayed 2 nights, I think. Yeah. Stayed 2 nights in Denver, ate really good food, just like shopped around. And then it snowed, which I love the snow. So that was like really fun.
About got stuck.
We did almost get stuck.
With like $300 in my account.
Also, remember our Uber was like $150 because we got
drained half my account.
because we got stuck in the Uber on the way to the airport, and it was, that was bad.
What?
Like defrosting the plane and everything.
Oh yeah, that was cool. Yeah, that was fun.
So anyway, our love for travel, like I feel like you and I both had it before, and then we really like connected and loved traveling together. But there's definitely been our ups and downs in travel.
Yeah.
That trip actually, I
forgot about that.
Was a rough little moment.
Yeah, I thought I had your boarding pass on my phone, and then I didn't, and you did not like that because we had to go all the way back through security at Denver.
Biggest line because it was.
Denver's airport is just enormous.
Like Thanksgiving Eve is when we came home.
Yeah, and it was also just like super packed as well.
The worst day to travel.
Yeah, and granted, we had like 4 hours extra time because we got there in plenty of time because a blizzard was coming through. So they were trying to get people out. But yeah, we had to go back to the line, and you were not too happy.
I was not, but I've worked on that.
But yeah, anyways, when it comes to destination, I mean, I think number one, it refills our cup, like you said.
Yeah.
I forget who I was talking to, but they were like, if you can travel with somebody, then that's how they knew they were compatible with that person to marry them. And I'm like, really? I'm like, we've been doing that since year one. And I'm like, for the most part, and goes relatively well. It's like, you are the passenger princess.
Yeah,
and I'll do most of the planning, but you're always the one thing that's good about that though is that you are always willing to do whatever.
I was gonna say personalities when traveling is huge.
Oh, it's so big, and so that's been the best thing.
Yeah,
you know, I will plan most of it, like 90% of it, but
I don't complain about
whatever I plan. Like you are always okay with. So I think that's my favorite part. That's made it very easy.
Yeah.
Because we all know how hard it is to travel with various people, especially like groups.
Yeah.
And there's so many different personalities, and we all want to do different things, which rightfully so. But I mean, we're on vacation, and we're going to said place for whatever reason.
Yeah.
But that is such a tough thing to maneuver. And so for us to be able to be compatible in that way, I think has been the biggest help, because that can go, I mean, if you have one person that's like, I want to do this, like that can just mess a whole day up or whatever.
Yeah.
And so you've been great with that. And so I think that's one of the biggest reasons why we've been able to travel so well together. And that's why it refills our cup. And we like a lot of the same things too.
I was just about to say, like, we have a lot of shared interests. And
which is what do we like to do on vacation?
Eat.
Yes.
We love trying new food, new restaurants. But also, like, unfortunately, we're not huge history people. We went all the way to Rome for our honeymoon, and we were like, so what should we do? And everyone was like, are you doing these tours? Are you doing that? And we're like, no, we're eating pasta like 14 hours of the day. And we did. We ate so much pasta. But we just like to like sightsee and look around. And
the funniest one was when we're at the Vatican.
Can we not talk about this?
Not the Vatican, when we had to call Maddie to help us out with. We know what the Vatican is.
Yeah.
And like the general gist of it.
Yeah.
But like
we were like, funny. So like, what should we do here?
Yeah. So we're like, we know we can go in, but if we don't, like, what else do we do? Like, that's all it was. Yeah. It was just funny. It's just.
Well, my sister's a history buff.
That's why we called her.
Yeah, and she was like, in 19...
She read us off dates like it's nobody's business. But we love to eat on vacation. We are the travelers that will run ourselves into the ground.
Yes.
Oh, my goodness.
Like, I was going to say, we wake up early.
Oh.
And we go.
Oh, my. Like, we come back from a vacation exhausted.
Yeah.
Like, we're like... We need a vacation from the vacation, because that's how we feel.
That's how I felt about our honeymoon. I'm not going to lie. But it was so fun.
We did a lot, because we started in Rome. Then we went to Florence, then Lake Como, then Switzerland. And so that was all in the span of 2 weeks. And so it was very, very busy. But, I mean, that's just where we get our fulfillment. And we just love getting to experience different cultures, different places, getting to learn about, what?
I'm just thinking about all the memories, and one that came up was the bus in Florence when we got pulled off the bus and fined. So yeah, we learn a lot together when we travel.
Yeah, we've learned a lot too in the travel realm of our lives. But yeah, I mean, that is a big thing for us. And then how we got into destination too, because I think we talked about it a little bit before, but the Mexico wedding with Allie and Ethan was our first one. Yeah. And it's just so funny how that, how we got into shooting that wedding, number one. So was it Corey that introduced you to Allie and Ethan? Okay, so that's how it happened. Mm-hmm. And then how I came in the picture is even funnier. And it's like, I think a month prior or 2 months prior, I shot an engagement, and then 2 or 3 people started like gassing me up. We're like, oh, that's a pretty good video. I was like, well, let me make this serious. So I used one of your cameras and then started shooting random things. I think started shooting some flowers outside, because everybody always shoots flowers. This is the first thing that they shoot.
Remember, you would I would meal prep, and you would record me meal prepping.
Make videos, just the most random things, just to kind of get a feel for it. Yeah,
practice makes perfect.
And then I got the gimbal, which just makes the camera steady when you move around, and it came in the mail at 3:30. And then you're like, I had this engagement at 5:30. You want to come shoot it? And I was like, I don't even know how to. I'm taking this thing out the box. I don't even know how to use it. And then you just looked at me. I was like, I guess I'll go. And so we get to the engagement site, and I'm still trying to figure out how to set it up. I'm setting it up as they're about to roll in, and I finally get it set up and right on time.
You
and then they show
that video,
up.
Though.
I shot the whole thing in slow-mo because I didn't know how else to shoot anything else.
Yeah.
Put that video together, and then, a month and a half later, we're sitting down with them about budget and all that as far as the
So
wedding
crazy.
goes, and we're like, could we please have $1,000?
Literally, we were like so scared to be like,
yeah.
we'll do it for $1,000.
Yeah. But we
Plus
got
travel.
the wedding, and then that was just one of the greatest experiences, to this
Ever,
day.
yeah.
And we'll always be like thankful for that wedding, and the relationship that we built in that wedding. We had plenty of weddings that came from that wedding.
Yeah.
Allie's mom still follows us
Love
to this
them
day, and
so
she's one
much.
of our best supporters.
Yeah. They're so sweet.
Online and on Instagram and all that. And so it was such a awesome thing to look back on and realize like what came out of it. But I mean, that's how it started.
Yeah.
And then now, like you said, we've gone to 15 plus places, I think, at this point, somewhere
Yeah.
around there. And so here we are.
We have so many places we do want to still go and still shoot. But I feel like a lot of people ask us always like, how did you get here? How did you push destination? And I think one of the biggest tips we have is just, again, when you're traveling, like even your personal travel, shoot and bring your camera and get creative and post that content too. Like I do think, so I remember we were in Italy for our honeymoon, and we were just like sitting at Lake Como just talking, and like I will never forget just like being like, Kenny, I want to shoot here so bad. I want to shoot here so bad. Like I've always loved Italy. I've always wanted to just be there and be immersed in the culture. And not even a year after that, like we booked our first Italy wedding. So, but I do think a lot of that, actually the bride like swiped up on my story of like a personal story of you and I in Italy. So I think just if you really want to push destination stuff, like just every time you go on a trip, like post stuff and just be creative and be personal. I think personal is huge in this industry.
Yeah, I would agree.
Which leads me to my next question.
I was seeing if you're ready. I was like, you kind of looked like you didn't know what you were going to say.
Yeah. So I feel like we've talked about like being personal. Obviously, we're doing a podcast because we want our couples and planners and everyone in the industry to like just know us better. But how is it just to like get out of your own mind and to not think about like quote unquote haters or just like not like judging yourself for posting stuff? And I feel like it's hard in this industry and in general just to like be yourself and post things. So what are some things that you do to just like stay true to yourself and be mindful in that?
Yeah, I think it's easier said than done. There's days where I'm like, I could care less if so-and-so or whoever or however many people see this, and I feel like I don't want to be in that space. And there's other days where like it's a little bit more of a struggle, but as of recently I've been more on the like, if whoever sees it, that's fine. And like one of the things that I've just thought about is a friend of mine actually told me, it's just like at the end of the day, like who's got to pay your bills?
Yeah, I think
that's
about that every day.
That's one of the biggest things. It's like you can sit here in this world where you want to be judged in your own way and not allow that to not allow people's opinions to affect you, but at the same time it's just like who's going to pay your bills at the end of the day? That person that you were so scared of their judgment. Don't let that be the reason why you don't accomplish the things you want to accomplish in life. And if you break it down to that and you realize like I might not, whatever your goal is, get to this point because I am scared of so and so thoughts and opinions on me, and you break it down to like that small fact, then it's like, oh wow, I am letting a person, people, group, whatever dictate how my life might unfold. And then when you think about it like that, it's like, oh my gosh.
I know.
One of my friends from undergrad was like, take whatever that feeling is and boil it down to the individual or group or whatever. Like, be like, okay, I don't want to do this because this, and what is this? Okay, it's this person, and who is this person? And it's like, get it down all the way to that point, and then say it to yourself and realize like the state that you're putting yourself in. And that's been one of the biggest helps for me, is just like identifying what or who that is. And why I would let that control, how I operate as an individual.
I think it's huge. And I feel like a lot of people say this of you also just like find out who your real friends are, of like who's supporting you. And I think that that's big. And just, again, the people that are probably judging us or saying something or making comments of like whatever, like they're probably sitting on their couch and not ever posting themselves. So you really just have to like get in this mindset of like, I don't care. Like they're literally not going to pay our bills. And that's what it comes down to. But something that's really helped me is not like fixating on like who's liking stuff and who's seeing our stuff. Like
can't do that.
I don't look at our story of like who sees it. Cause I get in my mind of like, oh my gosh, I wonder what they think, or like it's such a mind game. And I think a lot of people don't talk about how hard it is to talk and to put yourself out there. It is really hard. Especially in just a world that is just full of judgment, and it's hard some days, but at the same time, like we're posting for our potential clients and we're posting for our clients that we have right now, to just, again, continue to grow that relationship. And if we just keep that at the forefront of our minds, then nothing else matters.
Yeah. And there's so much in that too that we could dive into, with what you're saying. I think that's an awesome point. And I think when you identify that you are posting or sharing stories or whatever for your ideal client to relate to them versus for the other creatives, because I've been in, like, it's one thing that I think a lot of creatives don't talk about, but it's one of the toughest things is like comparing yourself to others.
Absolutely.
Whether it's your work or, your lifestyle or whatever. When you're making your work, are you creating your work for your client, or are you making for other vendors? And ideally, I think a lot of people think they're making it for, their ideal client, which I was in the exact same space too.
Yeah.
And then I realized like I'm trying to impress other vendors in the same space so that they can see them like, oh wow, like look at that cool transition, look at this cool photo. Whereas the client be like, that's not what I want the candid.
Yeah.
That's not that crazy of a shot, or a scene in a film, but at the end of the day, it's like what they want to see.
Yeah.
And so realizing that, I think, helped me a lot, just to realize like we should be making our work embody what our client wants, or our stories with you making sourdough every other hour of the day, or you working out and doing 75 hard, or people like asking you about that. There's so many different things that you can share. That one client that's out there is gonna be like, oh, like, that's my photographer because she cares about her health. She cares about her face. She cares about her relationship with her sourdough. Like
I do.
That's who she sees herself wanting to hire for her photographer.
Yeah.
And that's, why you should do it as a creative.
Yeah.
And so
Absolutely.
it's a tough world in the creative space, but at the same time, if you boil it down to those things and realize why you're doing some of the things you do, and like you're saying, not looking at every little thing, because that can just send you down a whirlwind too. I think that can help so much at the end of the day.
Yeah. So many good points. It's really hard. Mindset's huge, and we have to just wake up every day and like choose to be positive in this industry, and choose to do what's going to benefit our business and ourselves and our clients, which I think is what we're doing this year.
Yeah.
I think we're really prioritizing being intentional with our clients and picking the clients that we feel called to work with and that we feel like we connect with. And we say this in all of our calls, but like as much as the clients get to pick their vendors also get to pick who they work with. And when you get to that point in your career, it just makes it so much more like wholesome and so much more rewarding, because again, we're excited and we're shooting things that we have dreamed of shooting and visiting places and seeing these amazing venues. But again, at the end of the day, it's about the client and their experience. And if we keep that at the forefront, then we will do exactly what we, have prayed about doing. And that's just truly being intentional and supporting and loving our clients. Yeah.
And to add on top of that too, like, yes, there's a lot of judgment that can go into the creative space and being a creative, but there's also a lot of positive too.
Yeah,
like, let's
absolutely.
not forget that side of the coin where the things that you shared has brought in so many people our way and be like, oh, I do this too. Oh, I get gel nails. Like the amount of DMs that I saw because we share an account, and so I see everything. I'm like, all these girls are like, no, gel nails are the best, or
Yeah.
things like that. When you share that, then you're also gonna pull even more people towards you
Yeah.
as far as that can relate and
Yeah.
see that, or people that come up to me and like, why are you scared of helicopters? I'm like, they're scary. Like they are. Have you been in a helicopter? That's what I asked them.
Yeah.
So there's also the opposite side of the coin where, I mean, it also can connect you with a lot of
Yes.
people that are like-minded, and not that you only need to be around people that think like you,
Yeah.
but it helps bridge that gap too, so that you can see those people and get to know them as well. So
Yeah.
there's two sides to it. Yes, it can be tough, but it also can be very rewarding in
For sure.
getting to put yourself out there and getting to, build new relationships with people that you didn't realize you had so much in common with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, again, when you think about the stuff that you watch on social media, it's like a day in the life and, come to work with me or whatever. It's like we are always trying to be connected and to relate to people. So that's obviously what we want to do too.
Yeah. So, if you're a new creative or you've been in the business for a while, it's like that can be some of the biggest things to
Yeah.
help you get to destination, or even within your own space,
Yeah.
broadening that map and just getting you more into where you want to be. And
Yeah.
so I think that is a great point that you brought up with that.
Yeah. Okay. Last point I want to make.
Okay.
I just want to talk about like mid to late 20s and where we're at in our life, and like what's next for us, maybe even like personal, but also in our business. And just, I feel like people don't talk about sometimes the struggles of our 20s, but also like how much you change in your 20s. So I want to talk about, like, we've been together since 2018.
Yes.
18.
Yeah.
So just kind of talk about how you feel like you've changed from early 20s to Kenny's almost 30.
Don't do
So
that. Don't say he almost 30, like, but I am almost 30.
how have you grown?
A lot of different ways. I think your early 20s, you're, not that I'm not still figuring things out, but you were just kind of everywhere.
Yeah.
You've just gotten out of college. You're trying to figure out, what life looks like, what being an adult truly means. And so there's that phase. And then you get to this phase. I mean, we've been married for a year and a half now. And so we've gotten settled into our marriage. We're building goals together.
Yeah.
Our idea of what we want is a lot clearer than what it was.
Yeah.
We're more comfortable with who we are. I mean, we just talked about that for the last 20 minutes of
Yeah.
like not letting outside opinions, persuade us as much. I'm not saying we're just immune to it, but
Yeah.
the 24-year-old Kenny versus the 29-year-old Kenny, this version is a lot more like
Yeah.
stern in what he does, or doesn't have the FOMO that he used to have when it comes to certain things, and like knows what it takes to get to certain places. But to say that, I think you can summarize my early 20s versus late 20s and the word of like just being more bold and just everything, whether it's
Yeah.
posting, whether it's our faith, whether it's just how we carry ourselves. I think
Yeah.
that has been like this reoccurring word that's like how I've thought about the last year, 2-3 years as I've gotten into upper 20s. It sounds like I'm
We sound so old.
Yeah, we're young.
We're young.
But I would say that, and then business wise, I mean, as we can continue to grow this, I think if you would ask me at 25, I'd be doing it at 30. I'd be like, maybe, maybe not. But then I've seen, so many doors open with,
Yeah.
Where we've gotten and how I feel like we're just starting and where we want this to go, and potentially helping people. We have a couple people that have reached out for, mentoring and things like that.
Yeah.
And like seeing how that might evolve. Like there's so many different things
Yeah.
now that we are slowly getting into, and even our mentors, KEJ,
Yeah.
our people, like hearing them talk about, what they've gone through and where they're at now, and just being able to, pick from them on what they're talking about has been great. And so
Yeah.
that's my kind of analysis. It's kind of a general answer, but at the same time, I was trying to cover everything. So
Yeah.
what do you think as far as our growth?
Our growth. I think just we've matured a lot, and I'm glad that we've matured a lot, because that's hopefully everyone is maturing with age. But I think it's also we've matured in our business. We've really like figured out what works for us. We can, kind of digest something and learn from it a lot better. We're not so like, what's the word?
What do you mean?
Like just confrontational, maybe? I don't know. Like we just,
As far as
we learn from our mistakes in our business.
Yeah.
And we also are just so eager to keep and continue learning. But we've also very much put work and money and time and effort into our business. And I think that that's been big. And I think that's going to really help us with this next year or two. But yeah, I think it's also been so fun to grow with you in our 20s to see like where we've come. And we talk a lot about how important it is to marry someone that wants to, have the same kind of life as you and is eager to keep growing and keep maturing, and whether that's spiritually or any other way in life. But I think that is so rewarding to have someone that is just able to grow with you and to support you through a lot of different things. But I truly feel like we're just getting started with our business, and I'm so excited to see where it goes. But there's a flip of just staying true to yourself and staying true to what you want and your goals and your future. Like I think right now everyone's pregnant around us and everyone's having kids, and it's so fun to see, but we're not ready for that yet, and that's okay. And we're just excited to continue to grow and buy a house and do all the things, and then maybe settle down and have some kids.
Yeah, all about seasons and where you're at, and that's the season that we're in. But I would agree. I think as we finish up today, I think one of the biggest things, like you're saying, when it comes to having a partner that's aligned with, not every single goal, because nobody's exactly the same, but has a similar direction to where you want to be, and it's not like the complete opposite, is that how important that is. And then number two, it's like, I think I would have never been in this position if I didn't, get into a relationship with you. When it comes to like having multiple things to do at once, I'd have been like, oh, that's way too much work. Like, I'm not going to do that. I need to focus on one thing. But you have opened, that door, and it's just simply just being around you and having that be something that's been a guiding force in that. And so, it's just so important to be aligned with not only, your partner, but the people that are around you too, because that's going to be, what motivates you, because we've all heard that you're the average of your 5 closest friends. And so that just has a significant impact on your life. But that is today's episode. Again, this was not shot the same day as the last episode, but that being said, thanks for watching. If you're watching at home, listening in the car, you're at the gym, wherever you're at, if you're doing 75 hard and this is day 24,
I gotta go do my workout.
Somebody's got to go do their workout, so we got to go. Let us know if you want us to talk about anything else. You can DM us on the podcast page, on our photo and video page, whatever the case may be. But feel free to do that, and we will talk next time.
See you later.